She was the star of the show. Robert Bullard. She's dead. I win. Anyway. Well, she's dead. So we both win. Jim and I win. Ha. Anyway. Oh, I don't mean to say ha because she's dead, but I really clearly mean to say ha ha because she's dead. So. I win. Anyway, so she came in the makeup room. We're having our makeup done by the makeup artist, and who, by the way, is dead. God rest him. Dan Lilly was a very nice man. He was a pedophile, but he was a very nice man. He's dead.
How is...
I didn't know he was a pedophile.
Well, we... Of course
until he tried to pet my friend
now, does that now,
who looked like a child.
Does that now start to understand the idea of how we grew up? And we had to grow up with these people.
I didn't grow up with pedophiles.
Yes, we did.
What?
Yes, we
Bitch,
did.
I'm
not saying pedophiles. I'm saying the culture. I'm saying the culture of what we've talked about for God knows how long. We've talked about this.
We've talked about everything.
Yeah, we've talked about this for like at least 8 or 9 episodes about how what everything is going on in Hollywood has been a certain culture, and it's been a certain thing about how things are done.
Yes.
And now we are at the stage where we don't have to live that culture. We don't want our young people to live that culture.
You know what? In that vein, by the way, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes.
It's really sort of, it's not really serendipitous, but it's almost. Because I really wanted to actually broach the subject of the fact that only three men have come out in this Me Too movement. Only 3. And the guy who was kissed, which is disgusting, by Kevin Spacey at 14. Bless him. I can't imagine some old man sticking his tongue down my throat.
Well, he wasn't an old man.
Whether it happened or not.
He was in his 20s.
He was in his 30s.
Was he in his 30s?
Yes.
Oh, good
and
Lord.
this kid, and it doesn't matter, 20s, 30s. And the point is, I don't understand why. Listen, I don't allow anybody under the age of 21 in my goddamn house.
Now, you have to understand that maybe that might have been a point where...
But this kid was in bed. This kid was being tucked. Kevin Spacey, allegedly... Look, I'm actually air quoting for the microphone like you bitches can see me. Anyway, allegedly, I did it again, kissed him goodnight and tucked him in bed, which, by the way, wasn't even his damn house. This kid,
exactly.
I don't know why this child is at this party.
Why is this child at this party?
No. I don't allow kids at any...
Why is a 14-year-old at a party full of adults?
At a party full of adults.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody missed the mark.
Somebody messed up.
Were his... You know, it makes me think, were his parents downstairs drinking martinis and having a good time and hobnobbing with celebrities?
See, that's where
Broadway?
This is where I can come in and tell you that as one who lived with parents who lived that kind of lifestyle, I was around adults all the time. Well, even when I was a kid, I was around adults all the time. So when they would have their little fabulous parties in the 70s and 80s, I was around adults all the time. So
and girl, I partied in the 70s and 80s.
Yes. So having an adult who I did not know put me to bed or what have you
was normal.
Was a normal thing.
Oh no!
I don't know why that was a normal thing.
Not in my house. No,
yes, but you have to understand something.
Different story.
Yes, I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up in Washington D.C. My parents were party people.
They went Southern girls.
They went to Studio 54. They partied with people from that kind of era. So I would there would be adults in the house from that culture
Right.
in the house. None of them ever touched me inappropriately or any of that stuff.
Nobody tried to kiss
But
you.
no, none of them tried to do any of that. But still, a few of them would like be. I remember an adult when I was 7 or 8 who read me a bedtime story.
Mm-hmm.
Who I don't even know.
But here's the thing
Yeah.
about the Kevin Spacey
Mm-hmm.
thing. At first, I was sort of like, "Oh, come on, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
What did he do?" But you know what?
But like you said,
then I read about
Mhm.
what he did,
Mhm.
and this kid, who is now 40, I think he's 43.
He's 43.
This kid's not gonna lie. He
Yeah,
hasn't
exactly.
anything to gain.
He has nothing to gain. He
that
has
was
his own
just
career.
his story. He has his own career. He's on a show now.
He's on Star Trek.
There you go.
He's on the new Star Trek, which I've
And
not watched yet. As a nerd, you think I would have watched it now, but
And I'm sorry,
Mhm.
everybody's a kid.
mhm.
Oh, it sucks being 50 because everybody's a fucking kid to me.
Mhm.
That's not 50 and above.
Doesn't it suck?
It does suck.
It does suck. Everybody's a
But
kid.
you know what? You know what the thing is? This kid didn't want to hurt Kevin Spacey. He was just telling his truth.
Yeah, exactly.
But these other people, okay, Brendan Fraser, God bless him.
Mhm.
You haven't seen him in forever.
Mhm.
And Terry Crews are the other two.
Yeah, and they're adult
They're
men.
the only 3 men who come out. And
What's
you know
the
what?
third? Who's the third one? You said 3.
Terry Crews, Brendan Fraser, and the kid
Mhm.
whose name I can't remember.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
bless
sorry.
your heart.
I'm sorry.
That's not good news for you, by the way.
No. It's not. It's not the fact that it's not good news. It's just the fact that
It's not good news if
There's-
nobody remembers
But
your name.
here's the thing. There's so much stuff going on.
But nobody's gonna admit to it.
No, there's so much
So,
stuff going on. So
you know,
trying to remember names.
I want, honestly, in my mind, there's a whole lot of shit going on in this world. As far as men are concerned, there's a lot of serious shit going on. So, we're not supposed to be serious, girl.
No. We're not, but we are.
No,
but like I said, this show is called Assholes, Assholes, and Assholes.
Oh, today is assholes.
Yes. So we know. We put up with a lot of stuff.
Oh.
We put up with a lot of stuff.
Listen. I'm not telling my story, honey.
Oh, I can tell you the many of times that I've had to deal.
I wanted to say.
I will say this. I will tell you the many times that I've had to deal with older men when I was 14, 15, and 16, where I was in situations where I was like, "Whoa, is this supposed to be happening?"
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to say. Men are men, and we don't talk about shit. We just slough it off and let it go.
But we're gay men, and we talk about stuff all
But
the time.
of course, but what I'm saying is, we're all men, whether we're gay or not. A sexual assault is a sexual assault.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, you know what we say? I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's
How
what
are
we
you?
say. I'm
fine.
fine. I'm okay.
We always say I'm fine. I'm okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking too loud.
No. It's fine because honestly, that's what we have said. We're fine.
No,
we can handle it.
I'm fine.
We're told that
things have happened to men that they won't tell.
Yeah.
And they never will. They can't be part men. I'm saying they. Men can't be part of the Me Too movement because they're emasculated by it.
Yeah, exactly. And
so what we need to do, and I hope that we can do this, is we need to create a space for men just
You're talking about a safe space?
I'm talking about a space for men to say, it happened to me too, but not to say anything else. If a man, let's say this, if a man had a place where he could just and say, I'm fine. I'm fine. And for it to mean something.
Yeah, exactly.
For it to actually mean something to him. And that's all he says. But that kind of release, because I'm one of those I'm fine people, I'm sure you are
I
too.
am one of those people.
As gay men, shit happens.
Yeah, exactly.
More than with straight men, but nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear a man say he was violated.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why there are only 3 men on record, to my recollection, that have ever said, this happened to me. I applaud Terry Crews. I applaud Brendan Fraser. I applaud that kid who's, bless your heart, we don't remember your name, sweetheart.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. We'll look it up.
We will look it up. We'll Google.
But you know we're talking about you, so we
yeah.
So,
but the thing is, you know what? Hashtag it. Let's do it. Let's hashtag it, and because somebody needs. No, here's the thing. Nobody needs to know. Nobody wants to talk about it, and nobody should, because we're men. And we don't do that. Do you know?
But here's what I would like to see change with that. We, as men, when we start to talk about that, when we start to open up and be honest about that, we can change the whole, we as men can change the whole idea of rape culture to begin with.
Well,
we can change that simply because you can't, as long as you hold it in, you're passing down the silence.
Right.
You're passing down the silence, and you cannot do that anymore.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine anyone more masculine than Terry Crews or Brendan Fraser. These men.
But think about it. When we see women
roped their balls and grab their asses.
When we see women go through this,
it's just amazing.
I know, but when we see women go through this, and the shit they have to put up with when they go through this,
right?
That makes us go, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Ladies, I love you for doing that.
But the shame.
But there is, when we try to do it, there is such a huge shame level.
Well, the shame comes from emasculation. You don't want to be emasculated.
Exactly.
You don't want people to see you as a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
A victim. Because for some reason, and God knows why, only God, women are well, let's face it. Society has always treated women as less than.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
chattel. And so
yeah, exactly.
We can grope them and do whatever, but a man, it doesn't happen. But it does happen. And it happens more often than any man will ever say, because I'm telling you, and you know this, men are men are men.
Yeah, exactly.
We will never
We're told to
say,
just deal with
never
it.
say.
We're told just deal with it.
And the things that happen to us happen to us. But we'll never tell.
And that's the problem.
That is a problem.
That is a problem unless we figure out how to be able to talk about that stuff.
What if just simply saying, just breathing for a moment, I'm just fine. I'm just fine. And there's a prayer after that, if you're a person who believes in God. I am just fine. With God's strength, I am just fine. I'll move on. But I applaud those men who came out and told the truth of their experiences. And so, hashtag, I'm just fine.
We will be just fine. And the beautiful thing is that, ironically, we have women to look up to for